Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm David Brown here with Ryan Graham,
Y'all?
Tim Thurber,
Hello.
and this is State of Atlanta.
I've
It's
got
one
an
of those.
abundance of tall boys.
What are you doing?
People
It's
didn't
one of
drink
those
enough.
nights.
You had a beer?
I am out of beer, but I was like, what better night to drink bourbon on this episode than a night after the season we've had thus far?
Thursday and Sunday.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that too. But before we get started, and we'll talk about it later, I'm sure. Cheers to Ryan. Congratulations on the wedding and everything. It was she was beautiful. It went off well.
He was beautiful. Whoa.
You were there.
I looked all right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I existed. I smiled and tried to look pretty, but holy
you said
crap,
yes.
man. She came
said
around
I
the
do?
corner, and that was I was like, holy crap, I did all right.
The lip tremble.
I did lean into the officiant and I said, I might cry. And he was like, now's an okay time for it. And then it just sort of like came back. I got grounded again at some point. I'm not sure what it was, but I came back. But when I was reading the vows, I got a little, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I couldn't see your daughter's face. I was behind her, but I could see who was that. That was Becca's niece, I guess now your niece.
Yeah.
That was the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a mess throughout a majority of the ceremony. So yeah, good work.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. And
All right.
good work to you guys too. Thank you so much for coming out there supporting me, having a fun time on my behalf.
Hey Ryan,
that's what it's all about.
I would love to make you believe that we did it, because we love you, but you also offered a free bar, dude. Come on, man. This group turning down a free bar?
Never. Doesn't matter where
all the booze from the usual spot, Mac
Exactly.
hooked it up. So, I mean, not totally hooked it up, but he hooked it up.
Yeah. Great job there. All right. With the good stuff out of the way, we are, our football season's officially over, right?
There's nothing we can do, right? Like, can we even win the not national championship? Can we win the
national championship is in play?
Is the conference title in play though? Because I feel like there's only been like 3 games and like everyone sucks.
I haven't done the math. Jimmy Madison would have to lose out, and we'd have to win out, but we still have 2 games against West opponents. I think we've lost enough East that it doesn't matter. I haven't done the math, but yeah, we're not bowl eligible. Unless we win out. And they got to go dip down to a 5-6 team. We're not bowl eligible.
We would be 4-4 in our division.
Well, they wouldn't even pick us in that scenario. They'd pick a P4 program that didn't do it.
I don't even want to theorize about it, but we'd literally have to go these last 4 games and just beat the snot out of everybody and show that something finally clicked, and then obviously get help from a lot we factors.
Yeah,
we're not bowl eligible.
For you. We can't.
Bowl eligibility is the floor of every season. The season's over. At least I think from a fan's perspective, but doesn't mean we're not going to go tailgate and have a good time.
No, and I want to see some things. You know what I mean? Like maybe like at the beginning of the season where I said it was practice. Maybe you play some extra people, or maybe you do something different. Like just try something crazy. I don't know, like anything, and just tell us that you're doing that.
Like pick a quarterback and stick with them.
Well,
is that crazy?
But for the last 2 games we've done it. So
yeah, I hate that.
And honestly, yeah, like I'm pissed off about it, but I'm pissed off we haven't won, but I don't think it's an indication, because like you go in there, you look at it, like I just told you I know a lot about this game, but I'm looking at the box score. Cam Brown with 4 touchdowns. I mean, it's not his fault.
Nope.
31 points should do it against South Alabama.
It was like what, 21-7 or 21-14, like in the first quarter or something ridiculous like that.
It was like a marathon. Everyone just kept scoring. No one played defense.
But it's weird.
Oh, there was no defense. Yeah.
No.
You see a game like that, you see a score like that, and you're like, okay, it's going to be a high scoring game. But it felt like even though we were a touchdown or 2 behind in the first quarter, that the game was just over. We did not look like a competent team out there.
Yeah. We weren't going to be able to keep up with them, I think was the problem.
Yeah.
Let's be clear here too.
Yes.
Them is South Alabama.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Right. I mean, I'm just, usually it's okay just to say them, but like them being the 2-6, which one of their 2 is us, South Alabama. That's who beat us.
The great
Who
South
we could.
Alabama
That's who
Jaguars.
we couldn't stop. Yeah, we couldn't stop them.
It was
Yeah, we
last
couldn't.
place in the West visiting the last place in the East. I mean, the battle was for it to remain some hope of bowl eligibility. We knew going into it that if we lost, we were out. I mean, we kept it within a score. I guess that's a saving grace. But again, like you said, this was against the worst team in now the second worst team in the conference. Actually,
It's
some people
embarrassing.
have them as the
Have we
third worst team in the
cemented?
conference.
We cemented that we're the worst team in the conference now.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
We've got to
We're
be
winning. Winning.
There's no way we're not. I mean,
well, the one win, we got to be the worst team.
Yeah.
We're first place when it comes to being last place.
And
Is that
penalty yards, right? Are we pretty high up?
Penalty. I think we're the most penalized team in the country, aren't we?
Yes. Look, we're winning.
Lovely. What do we have this one? Oh, we only had 55 yards though. This
I know.
this last game.
We cleaned it up. So we clean up and we still lose. I don't know.
It hurts that 55 has cleaned it up, but
we
cleaned it up.
We have
That's like half. That's good.
Yeah.
There are two teams in the conference with a 0% conference win percentage. That's us and my buddies Texas State heading out to the Pac-12, Pac whatever. Their overall win percentage is 429. Ours is 125. So yeah, I think it's safe to say we are the worst team in the conference.
Oh, I do want to correct myself. The 55 was South Alabama. We did only have 10 yards of penalties. So we cleaned it up. We cleaned it up quite a bit. Yeah, my bad. I was reading the wrong column because I was like, oh, whichever one's bigger, that's us, right? and I was like, oh wait, no, I messed that up.
I think we can't have all three things. We can't have one quarterback, good defense, and less penalties. We can only have two. So
I guess
we picked two. Less penalties and good quarterback. Can't have the defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The good quarterback, I definitely want that one. And it's a toss-up between defense and I would pick defense, I guess, because if you have a good offense and a good defense, you should be able to overcome penalties.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean, we're just forgetting special teams exists, right?
Georgia State.
We made a field goal. We made one.
So what's that? 2? That's 2 on the season.
Yeah, 25-yarder. He made it.
I think we have a higher.
I thought for sure we were going to win making a field goal.
Our 125 win percentage is higher than our field goal success rate. So
that's neat.
Stats you don't want to know.
All right. So we get a bye week. Is it called bye week? Because this is when you say goodbye to your coaching staff?
I think that would be a good time to do it if we were going to make a change, right? Like, this is, look, you could have an interim head coach from the team, try to turn things around a little bit, finish the rest of the season, on a positive note. But I don't know. I don't think we're doing anything. So
not at this point. If we were going to do something, it would have happened on Friday of last week. But I think that I think if you are going to get rid of McGee at the end of the season, this is a perfect time to get rid of him. I think that it shows the fan base, hey, we are paying attention. We know what's going on, and it's unacceptable. Doesn't mean that people are going to come out to games or anything, but it's 5 fewer weeks of fans just stewing in their own juices, getting pissed off at everything. But the fact that we're here on Tuesday after a Thursday game and it hasn't happened, it's not going to happen this week. So if it does happen, it'll be after that rivalry game with Old Dominion.
Yeah. I mean, I think you've already seen the fan drop off from all of that. So if you do it now, you're going to lose a couple more fans here and there. Maybe we'll stay out and tailgate at the chili cook-off longer. Maybe.
Do you think if he was fired now, we would lose more fans? I mean, attendance-wise?
You got to have fans to lose them. So,
hey, we have
no,
fans.
but if anyone's here now, they're not holding out for coach to get, like they're not going to hold on for coach or whatever. Like that doesn't make any sense. I don't think. Like we might lose a couple, literally a handful. But last week we talked about this. We talked about whether or not coach should go or not, and I think generally we were saying, hey, play out the rest of the season at least, see what we get, whatever. But like after this season, it is really like, he's in trouble if he keeps on doing this stuff. So like I'm still kind of in the same boat. Like I'm not ready to get rid of the guy. Like, and I'm only really just now starting to turn on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like now I'm like I don't want it to be like the moment I turn on him is the moment they should fire him. The moment you know what I mean? Like all right,
Yeah.
so like he's on review, right? He's on notice. He's like got a performance review
He's
what
got
a
his,
pip.
he's on
He's
his
got a
pip.
pip.
He's on a pip. He's on a
He's on a
pip.
pip. Yeah, he's on a pip right now. And I want to see how he can finish the season out cuz he's like I said, he can do a lot of different things and he can close it out in a very positive way, even losing, even continuing to lose and saying the right things and doing the right things. He could still close this out really positively. And I'm willing to let him try. You know, I don't know.
I kind of feel like deja vu. I don't know about the two of you guys, but we got Lanier leaving. We got Jonas Hayes coming in. We're like, this is amazing. We got this great hire. The future is like going to skyrocket. Everything's going to be awesome. And then year one comes in. We're like, huh. Well, that didn't go as planned. Let's see what happens next year. And then year two was, well, just about the same or worse, actually. Was it better or worse? I don't know. I don't remember. None of it was good.
Well, we turned on him.
We're like, we got to fire this guy. And here we are. He's got another year. So I don't know. I feel like McGee is on that same path. McGee was hired. I think everyone, including Georgia Southern fans, were like, rock star hire. Oh my God, we missed out. Like, everything. I mean, even other teams were saying, what's an amazing home run hire. Here we are in year two. Year one, you kind of give him a partial pass. Year two, I don't know. This is looking pretty bad, guys. Like, we haven't been this bad in a long. I see lots of text messages you're putting up here. We aren't leaving for me. No, we are gluttons for punishment. We will stay.
Yeah, Emmanuel's blowing up the chat right now, which I love.
I do love it.
He's not going anywhere for McGee, and the real talk about. Yeah, I think if you're gonna fire him, you need to have done it this week. I think that's better than waiting. And so if they're not going to do it, then I'm just going to go ahead and roll with him being here next year. I mean, just as my expectation, and for no other reason than we have every reason to believe at this point that Charlie Cobb is gone at the end of his contract in June or July, whatever it is.
He's just coasting.
Right? Yeah, why does he care? I mean, does he want to ruin his holidays? Does he want to ruin his holidays doing a coaching search?
And do we want a lame duck AD handling a coaching search for us? Like somebody who's kind of shown that he, and this is probably not fair at all. So whatever, but like somebody who's demonstrated a lack of care for the program. Like, do we really want that person to be the person who replaces our coach right now moving forward and signs a contract that we can't break for some years and all that? Like, maybe waiting is an okay idea.
Do you think that Hugh Jackson should have been gone by now? Yes. Defensive coordinator, Ryan.
No, defensive, wasn't he? Isn't he defensive coordinator?
Or is he defensive coordinator?
Defensive coordinator, yeah.
Yeah, you said offensive, so
that's what I said.
I knew.
That's what I said.
Didn't he famously jump into a lake for going 0-16 in the NFL? Isn't that like what he's like really famous for? Is laying a goose egg in the NFL and jumping into a lake because that's what he promised he'd do?
I
think he's infamous for not being good anywhere he's been.
So why do we have him again?
We got where we're going to show on stream. Yes, Emmanuel confirms what you were saying there.
Hugh Jackson fulfills promise to jump into Lake Erie. Yep, because he lost. Because he's
I wonder if he found Julio Jones' $250,000 earring that he lost in Lake Lanier.
Can we let him jump in Lake Claramere? Because I think that one's pretty polluted.
I think that no matter what happens, if McGee's sticking around, we've got to do a complete reorg in the coordinator area. It's not working. It's not working.
So who's the defensive coordinator? Because that's the guy who should be fired at this point. Even early in the season, I was saying like they were screwing up some really simple stuff, but they were still like making weird big plays here and there, right? Like the safeties early on and all that stuff. But like lately, the defense it's like
Kevin Scherer.
You don't make those lucky plays, you're done.
Leon,
was it Travis Pearson?
Are we dead last in giving up points on defense? We're up there. If we're not the worst, we're definitely scraping with that. Here's how bad we are. I'm trying to think of a team that I could relate to how bad we are, and I was going to say Akron or something like that. But hell, Akron's probably kicking our ass right now. Akron would probably boat races if we got into a game with them.
I wouldn't want to play Murray State again.
I don't want to play Kennesaw State, and we've got that on the calendar next season in week 2. Week 2 in Kennesaw. And at this point, after seeing what's happened in basketball, I'm convinced we just get our doors blown off of us next year. I have no confidence in this team doing anything.
None.
We had the best recruiting class ever. This is the best, most talented team we've ever seen take the field for Georgia State, and we have a satisfactory win against an bad FCS team and nothing else to prove for it, except for a coaching staff that can't decide on which quarterback to play. Except for the, as long as it's not the one. I mean, up until 2 weeks ago, unless it was the one that actually was scoring points and not giving up, turning over the ball.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm reading through the bio on Pearson, our defensive coordinator. It's kind of hard to figure out what he actually did for the longest time.
Yeah, Emmanuel, you're right. Whenever I'm in doubt of which team is worse than us, I should always pick UMass.
Yeah.
See, that's the weird part, right, guys? So, like, we have teams out there that have been worse than they're this bad constantly, like, and they just keep playing football.
Yeah, I love it. There was, we got to hang our hat on our rivals losing to bad teams, but I still remember a few years ago when TDS was talking all kinds of trash, and they went up to Foxborough and lost to UMass. That was a great day. I think we were coming off a loss too, but I was like, man, that really put some icing on the turd when you see TDS lose to UMass. So, all right.
Yeah. So what else do we have to say about Thursday other than tailgate actually turned out pretty well? You guys started really early. You ended early too.
We didn't end the tailgate early. We left the game. I mean,
you ended
early.
You ended your game time
it was early. Ryan's bachelor party, so we did what everyone does. You leave a football game early and you go to Waffle House.
You got white girl day game wasted.
Look, man, I don't know what happened to me. I got like a migraine or something, and I was like, I'm just gonna go eat some good food with my peoples, and then we'll make it back. We'll be all right.
It was still in the refrigerator the next morning.
Oh my God, it's still there now if they didn't clean it out.
At least you made it. That's the good part, right? Like, there's worse things that could happen to you along the way of that day.
Yeah, I did all right. But I was really disappointed in myself because
you knew when to leave.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
You saved me hundreds of dollars by wanting to hit up Waffle House and then call it a night. So I've got no problem with that. Probably
we'll just have to go some other time.
We'll have a redo.
The next game, we'll just go out.
We'll go get some wings at Magic City after the game, and then we'll late night it at Claremont. I think we can double dip that next game.
Oh, maybe just use different verbiage, but yeah.
I guess probably.
Don't double dip. That could be kind of weird. I don't know.
Phrasing.
So, do you think even possible? I don't know how the coaching hire firms work exactly. I know they have them to kind of keep things out of the FOIA requests and stuff. Is it possible that Cobb's actually right now looking for a new head coach, actively looking for one?
If he's not planning on staying, right? Which again, that's sort of like the least good kept secret, right, in athletics right now, is that he's kind of lame duck. Then why would he be? Right? I wouldn't necessarily be. I might be like, if I was looking for my successor, I might be like writing some notes for them to make a decision for themselves. But
you think he cares that much? So whenever the president changes office, it's like tradition, not required, but tradition, that the vacating president leaves like a handwritten note on the desk of the Oval Office, just congrats or, F off, whatever. But it kind of gives him kind of a update, a transition type information or thing. I'm sure they talk about it before. Do you think that Cobb's just going to pull a Bobby Petrino and like just be gone? Like, all right, cool, contract's up, I'm out of here. Deuces, I'm out.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm out. Figure it out yourselves. Bye.
But so here's the deal. Like, I'm seeing this. Emmanuel put in this. We need emails like immediately in the chat. And look, here's the thing. Coach A.D. McGee, whether he's a problem or not, yes, I would even go ahead and say he's a problem at our head coach position. The fact that our AD is what has created this environment that we've got now, and our president does not seem to care. Because I will tell you, like I complained to President Blake at the game,
And how'd that
and
go?
and his handler actually, like, in the middle of one of my sentences was like, "Hey, we got it. We need to move on." And I wasn't being long winded. Like I wasn't. I didn't have him for very long, and he was just like, "Hey, man, we got to go." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm in the middle of a thought where I'm like really heated and like angry, and like you're just gonna be like, hey, cool story, peace out." And then
I
they
think that's
did
his
that,
job.
and then they did that. They did just say, hey, cool, peace out. And no, there's no email, no, there's no nothing, there's nothing, they don't care. That's
They
a bigger
don't.
problem than Coach AD McGee being a better AD than a coach. You know
So
what
his
I mean?
handler did his job. He got him out of that bad situation.
It wasn't a bad situation. He could
Well,
have
he
talked. He could have.
felt
He,
it
he got him out
was.
of. He got him out of handling a situation. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
But it is
He
his
was
job as president to handle situations. So I don't know, man.
he was
So
he was there just to shake hands and kiss babies. Ryan. He wasn't there to
I'm
talk
aware.
to you.
I'm aware. And you know what? Fire that guy, not the handler.
Well,
Fire the president, because that's unacceptable.
I think so.
I do like that. Ryan and I both got pretty much just blank face ignored by somewhat Commissioner Keith Gill
Oh.
in one of the suites. Now Ryan has been like, had the president take him. All right, Ryan, you're now worse in the stadium. They may dislike you more than me now. They may be changing the order. The FBI most wanted posters at the post office, which do they have it anymore? I didn't see it last time I was there. Like, as far as like most hated people in the stadium, they may be moving pictures. They may have put you ahead of me now.
Slid up
So thank you,
number
Ryan. I
2.
appreciate that.
That's all good.
David
Once your
slid
pictures,
back to 1.
once your pictures up there, you're a true winner anyway. It doesn't matter what order they're in. I mean,
Exactly.
it's fine. I'm trying to be humble. I'm trying to humbly take my award.
It took a minute for Trent Miles. Yeah, and this software, I got to hit the button twice to get things to show up. It took a minute for Trent Miles to get fired.
That's true.
But here's the thing. You're right. And Cobb did fire him. However, Cobb has never fired one of his own hires in any sport. He's never fired one of his own hires. And I think that actually dates back to Appy State as well. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think talking to the Appy State guys, that was one of the things they had about him, is he never fired somebody that he hired himself.
Well, look, guys, it's really hard. It's really hard to fire people, I mean, like, they might not like you afterwards. They might be upset with you. It's really difficult. So
They could just hire Norm for a hot second. He'll fire him as HR, right? Hey, guess what? You're fired.
No,
and you're fired.
Hiring Norm is always a good idea. I don't even really care what it's for.
Well, he's looking for a job, right? Oops, I should have said it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Whatever.
All right,
They can hire him to fire him.
Norm for Georgia State president of the university. I'm on board for that. All right.
We never would have had a better president, really. Like, just hands down. Man, that man loves Georgia State more than all of the rest of us combined.
Go Panthers.
It's really just because of the capacity for love that one man has,
Gosh darn it.
It just beats us all. He's just the happiest person I've ever met in my life.
Wait. What did you said beats us all? I thought you said something else completely.
Well, we don't talk about that publicly,
All right, so what do we think for the rest of the season? This is a bye week. Obviously, we have not fired anybody. We'll be rolling into it. I'm hoping, crossing fingers, whatever you got to do that Cam Brown does get the start and remains the starter. We're at Coastal. I think
we're supposed to win.
I think Coastal
we're supposed to win.
Breaking that home streak losses is going to end. I would be shocked if we won this game at Coastal, but oh my God, how fitting would it be that we actually kept that streak alive?
I mean, that would be the one reason to win the game, to keep the streak alive. That's it.
Look, and the thing is none of our opponents have been particularly good. I don't expect it to start at Coastal. None of our conference opponents have been very good. I don't expect it to start this time. Sun Belt's weird. That's why it's called the Fun Belt, because we all kind of suck, and like we show up to certain games, and like any team can beat any team.
Hold up, Ryan. It's called the Fun Belt because it's a shit conference, and they've got to come up with stupid ass names to make it sound. They're trying to play on Maction, and here I'm going to tell you a secret. Maction is only cool because they did their Tuesday or Wednesday, their weekday game, and it sounded cool. No,
I thought it was
Fun
because we were.
Belt.
I thought we were
Also,
silly. I thought it's
Tuesday,
because we were
Wednesday
silly.
games. Nah.
Oh man, I would take silly over what the Sun Belt is. This is just god
Yeah.
awful. But
That's
Coastal
fair.
is 3-1 in conference, so
Ooh, surging. They beat App, right? Last week?
they beat somebody.
I think.
They'll beat us.
I think they beat App. And then they planted the flag in the middle of their field.
If anybody's not familiar, it's a very weird stat in college football. Between Georgia State and Coastal, which have played, I don't know how many times now, the home team's never won. The away team has won every single game. And so I put this a permanent marker as a W on Georgia State's scorecard at the beginning of the season because we always win this game. And man, this never wanted to be the team that was the reason why the streak ended. You know?
Yeah.
Unless it was
you
here.
never want
He's-
that.
you
No,
hear
the
what I'm
streak
saying.
is amazing. I mean, I want to know if there any other pair of teams has a streak like this from the start. Like from the start.
Yeah, it's got to be what they 11, 10 years, something like that. We've been playing each other.
Something like that, yeah.
I could look it up,
It's
but
pretty crazy. We have Emmanuel saying Cam Brown has to say the starter. We should talk about our wide receiver corps, which is one person. And Avery had crucial drops, which I agree. There were some crazy drops in that game.
Every drop's crucial. Every drop's crucial. Like you just can't. When you're playing as bad as we are, there's no room for error. You've got to be perfect on every single play.
Look,
especially when
if I've been drinking and I say you got to catch that, you really should have caught it because there's probably another throw that was more difficult that you shouldn't have caught, and I missed that completely. Like there were some bad drops in that game where we don't have that margin for error, right? If we don't have a defense, every possession it needs to be a score of 7 or 3. No punting.
Well, we know
that.
3's not happening.
Well, 3 is like a 1 in 10 chance, right?
Oh my god! I think somebody was saying at the tailgate we need to go to every school. Every school at game days had somebody make a kick and just like offer that kid like a free graduate program to come be our kicker. They can't be any worse than what we have. Hey, and I've met Liam Rickman a couple of times, and he's a great guy. He seems super nice. But man, I don't know what's going on with him. I have some comments, but I'll withhold those because I don't know if I'm allowed to say them online. But it's just
it's the Australian football guys.
Later.
Go over to Australia. Go scout out some of those Australian football guys and just hire one of them away.
No,
Be like, look, we got a scholarship for you. Come on over.
Not even Australian. There's the kicker for Hawaii. He's from I forget. I saw the article. I forget. He's from I want to say China. Could be Japan. He's from East Asia, and he's a soccer player who just started watching like instructional videos on how to kick an American football through the uprights. And he started practicing and started recording himself. And now he's on scholarship for Hawaii. And here's the kicker, guys. He's
the kicker.
Yeah, it's true. He's made every one of his kicks this season. He's not missed a field goal. He's not missed an extra point. He's made everything. So
he's like, I don't even care about football. That's why, because it's like there's no stress. He just it's like every kick is just a practice because he's like, I don't care.
I think he just wanted to come to America for school, and I, as much as I applaud that effort, and obviously he's doing fantastic. I do want to be like, hey, dude, Hawaii is like barely America. Like they don't even want to be here. Like. They're 10,000 miles off the coast, and once you get there, they're like, "When is your flight leaving?"
Yeah. Manuel says, ever since Ole Miss, that missed kick killed our momentum with Ole Miss. Absolutely agree. Like, I don't know. We've been spoiled with the Will Lutzes of the world and other kickers that we've had over time. At Georgia State, kicker you a little bit, and then I don't know. This is like prayer you, I guess, because like we can't make anything.
Oh, dude,
anything.
No, you know how they say like in regular football games after the touchdown, immediately run to go get your beer or go piss or whatever you got to do because the point after is guaranteed.
Yeah.
As soon as we line up for a field goal, go piss, go get your beer because we know it's going to be missed. Like it's just a given.
We're good.
Who was it? There was it Steelers or something like that on Sunday? Like I think they threw a touchdown in there for Spice, but they were just like field goal, and I was like, just rub it in, guys. My best friend who is a Steelers fan is also a Trash Down South fan, so I get to hate on him for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Wait, the one I know, he's a Trash Down South fan.
Oh no, not him.
That was
he's
dead
a Michigan. He's a Michigan fan. He's still blue. No, here we go, Manuel. what gave me hope was our game with Memphis. It showed we could compete. We were just discombobulated, which comes from coaching. Yeah, I can't argue with that at all.
We are one big discombobulation.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember the game I thought we actually looked okay in, and I'm not. It's not popping out at me. Was it Madison?
You could probably say James Madison. They won 14-7. We kept them to 14 points. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
There was
They
like
kept us to
just a
7, but
single game where I was sort of like, well, it doesn't look like it's just because we made a joke on that one where we were like, man, anyone who watched this was just watched a lot of terrible football. There was one
Well,
game in here, and I don't even maybe it was Appy.
no,
I'm not
I
even
mean,
sure where it was.
I think it's something.
Where I was just like, man, I
I-
just wasn't like we lost, but I wasn't totally embarrassed.
I think I'm on board with Tim because wasn't Jimmy our first conference game coming out of the
Yes.
out of conference slate?
Yeah.
And we lost 17-14 or
You don't feel bad.
whatever 14
Yeah,
whatever,
14-7.
whatever it was.
Yep.
14-7, and I'm like, all right, cool. We were the first team
It's
to
the
hold
number
them
one team.
below 20 points in the season so far. I was like, this moral victories. This is a quality loss. I think this is going to be good. Oh man, I even hate saying that about them. I thought that was a good sign of things to come, and then we just
Like,
absolutely
so we're
screwed.
number 2.
Yeah. It's like hopefully they stumble and we can maintain. No, we're garbage. We're hot garbage. We're so bad. All right, the rest of the season. So we're at Coastal. That's be a loss just because that's the way the gods made it happen. We come back for our lone home game in the season. Marshall, the chili cook-off, as you mentioned. We have been. By the way, guys, I messaged you today. We were asked to go on the Marshall podcast to preview that game with them. So I accepted. On our behalf, I'll forward you guys the information.
All right.
Cool.
But I don't know if we're gonna have him come on. I don't know if I want to have anybody else come on the rest of the season. Like, hey, tell us about how bad your team's gonna kick our ass this season. That's great, awesome.
It
Thanks a
could be
lot.
embarrassing. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. And then because the Sun Belt doesn't own a calendar or know how to look in the past, we end the season with 2 games on the road at Troy and Old Dominion. Now Troy was a game beginning of the season. I was like, this is going to be, depending how we do, a bus trip. Try to organize a big old bus trip. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to buy a $1,500 bus for me to be on it by myself. Oh, that'd be fun though.
I mean, I'd try to be there.
I would do so many things on that bus.
Do you notice how I softened it? I'd try to be there. I might be there, I guess. Maybe.
And then we finished the game on the road. We're at Old Dominion. And I think it was Emmanuel. Somebody made a comment earlier on about Old Dominion being a rival. I don't know. I feel that Sunbelt's trying to make us rivals with Old Dominion. They have us in the season either here or there. I think more times than anybody else. I think we've ended the season against Old Dominion in the Sunbelt more than we have Trash Down South. I'm making that number up. I really think I think this season makes it true because Trash ends up splitting it with Appy quite a bit.
That's true.
They do, but they really want to lose. Well, they want to win but lose. I don't know. They're complicated.
Oh yeah, well that's something we can talk about real quick. Scrolling so I didn't, Ryan, obviously we tailgated all day Thursday, and then Friday was wedding prep stuff, then wedding, and so Saturday's the first time I had a chance to well, I guess that's when their game was. Looking at social media and Sunday, and man, the Trash Down South fans, we have said 0 things positive about this program in the past. Where are we at? 35 minutes.
Yeah,
they haven't said anything positive about their program in the past like 72, 98 hours or something like that. Everybody's, why is this guy not fired yet? This is the worst we've ever been. We've got no idea what we're doing. We should go back to FCS. And the bad part is, somebody mentioned in our group chat, would you trade Clay Helton for Dell McGee? And I'm like, honestly, at this point,
maybe,
probably so.
Wouldn't it be funny though if we did that and they started playing better and we started playing better? It'd be like, oh, that was the problem.
Hey, Tim, you know exactly what would happen. They would get better and we would go to shit. Shitter.
Probably. Yeah, that was interesting that they posted. They also posted that too about let's trade. Yeah, but I think they had a glimmer of hope when they beat us. Like they were kind of turning a corner, maybe.
How bad is that for their program that beating us on our 1 in zillion season? That was going to be their turning point.
I mean, I have a Southern friend. He's like, "How's this going to go this year?" And I said, "If you don't win, because we should win, but honestly, I said, we're not winning. If you don't win, your program's absolute garbage. Like,
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah,
all
it's
right
really
then.
bad for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We know it already. About our own, like
Well,
we
yeah,
know that we're
right.
in a bad place. So it's just like, like it almost didn't even hurt as bad as it maybe normally would have. Like even last year hurt maybe worse than this year, but 2 years in a row. Do you remember? You guys remember? I put McGee on the hot seat last year after the TDS game. I was like, but it was a joke.
Eh,
I was trying to be
it's a
silly.
joking hot seat. Now he's lost
I was
two.
trying to be, I was trying to be
2 in a
silly.
row. 2 in a
Gosh,
row.
it
Yeah,
sucks.
and I've actually made fun of people putting him on the hot seat on social media this season, just saying because of Cobb and everything. But man, hell, we spent the first 20 minutes of this whole episode talking about whether or
Yeah.
not he should be fired or going to be fired or anything. If we had any athletic director other than Charlie Cobb, the story's way different.
Yeah.
The story's very, very
Well, the
different.
seat the seat's hot, right? I mean, it's a plenty warm seat, right?
It has a governor
mean-
at Georgia State. It's like moderately warm governor.
Is this when you wanted to?
Yeah. So he said, no way I would trade Clay Helton for Dell McGee. Clay looks so unbothered. Yeah, he's got a fat contract. He's so unbothered. He's just like, I'm sure he reads the social media and laughs at all the fans. He's probably like, do something. You can't.
That's his private time. He doesn't go to the bathroom and pull up Reddit's Big Booty Girls subreddit. He pulls up
He's on Twitter.
He just looks up True Blue Drew or Georgia
Drew
Power
Blue
Company.
Drew. Yeah. And not Clay Helton. That's a good one. That's my favorite one.
That's probably him.
He's like trolling himself. I'm still, guys, though, like literally we've been sitting here for 38 minutes and I'm just like, how did it turn out this way?
I'm glad you said that. And I think what a lot of people are going to say is the easy answer, maybe it's the NIL, it's the transfer portal. Football's different. You can't.
No,
everyone's dealing with it.
Everyone has the same problem.
Exactly. Everyone's dealing with it, and we're the only team that's not found a way to do something. And that's what's so frustrating about it is AD McGee has seemed to do all the things we wanted Sean Elliott to do, all the things we wanted to happen while Sean Elliott was the head coach that were really legitimately Charlie Cobb responsibilities. And he's done those things, and we can't can we get McGee as AD and Sean back as head coach? How would this program that's unreasonable. It's stupid.
That'd be a weird combo.
But what would,
like it.
It's just it's sort of weird. We get this expert recruiter at a time when recruiting, like as a value, is at an all-time low because you're not able to develop the talent. So you're not getting like these 4 or 5 star people and then expecting to develop them over 4 years. You're just grabbing whoever's available and trying to develop them in like this tight little window, and it's a different skill set trying to do that. And so it's sort of like, well, you give McGee another year with these recruits, but like they're still only about like 25% of his recruits because they're just rotating out,
Right. Yeah. And how many guys are we going to lose to the transfer portal? This is kind of coming up in the comments right now. How many more guys are we going to lose as soon as that portal opens up whenever the hell it opens up now?
But we kept Hurst. We kept Hurst. That's it. That was impressive. That was incredibly impressive of this coaching staff.
Is this his last year? Do you guys know?
Hurst? I think Hurst. Is it Hurst last year?
Okay.
I think it's his last year. I hope that. Well, I guess on pro day you get to pick which quarterback throws to you. That's a good take. That's a good take. On pro days, the wide receivers get to pick which quarterback, whether it's on staff or somebody else, throws to them. And if there's ever a quarterback contract, because we've talked to several parents of wide receivers over the years, at tailgates and stuff, and they've said, this guy's starting, but this is the guy that my kid likes or whatever. To see if the star wide receiver picks a different quarterback to throw to him on pro day, it's kind of interesting. I don't know.
It would be a little odd. There were some breaks. Let's talk about the game a little bit for a second. Let's have some positivity here.
Let's do it.
I
need some.
I need super negative. I think Jordan Simmons. Jordan Simmons is actually a bright spot for us on rushing. Except for the fact that somehow McGee or the offensive coordinator decided to go away from what was working on a super limited run game all season Simmons was actually 11 carries, 78 yards. His average was 7.1 yards. I mean, that's good stuff. Like keep that. Like you got one
Oh,
wide receiver, you
hold
got
on.
one running back. What?
Tim, you're making a very good point, but a comment came in about my boy Braylon Ragland, Emmanuel. That's how we lost Braylon Ragland. I was
Yeah,
a
where
huge
is he?
fan of his. Yeah, he's gone now.
Uh,
I air of hair for me. But go ahead. Sorry, Tim. Finish what you
no,
were saying.
just saying, like
I apologize.
he was a bright spot. Like Cameron Brown played Cameron Brown ball, did throw an interception. He's gonna throw one here or there, but he did pretty well. 19 of 33, 241 yards, 7.5 yards a throw. Like all that stuff is good. It's just
There were a few guys that got some starts or got some significant minutes that had not seen
first
a
ball
lot
out.
in this season that did really well. Which going back, I was rereading the Panther Talk board, and somebody made
Ooh,
I
how are
think it
they
was John
doing?
Weaver. I think it was John Weaver that made the comment on there, and he was like, I think the biggest fault of this coaching staff is the inability to judge who are the best players on the team and who should be starting. So why is it that it took us so long to get Cam Brown out there? Why is it so long we got these other guys to show up, 6, 7 games into the season that are balling out? Like, come on, what's going on there, guys?
I mean, even overall stats wise for Cam Brown, now that he has like a breadth of work here, 65% passing completion. I'll take that any day for one of our quarterbacks.
And
Any
Cam,
day.
unless Cam's got another year of eligibility, he can be here next year.
He's our starter if we keep him.
I mean,
I
if we
hope
start
so.
somebody over Cam, this has got to be like the second coming of I don't know. I
The
like
15
Cam.
fans will revolt.
I mean, honestly, I think that we've seen this so many times, having a quarterback that's has promise in the first year and then balls out in the second year, with Nick and with Connor and with Dan, Darren to a lesser extent, but still follows the same trend. Cam, from what we've seen so far, could be the best of all of them.
Yeah.
With all due respect to Dan Ellington.
And he's only had 2 games by himself so far. This
Yeah,
was
I
his
was gonna-
second
Dan-
complete game.
Dan's real special.
Dan was a special kind of guy.
We love
no doubt
Dan.
about it.
I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna beat him anytime soon, but okay.
But like you said, with the 4 touchdowns, come on, man. That's what I want to
Yeah.
see.
It was a more
Yeah,
balanced
right.
game for him. It was a more balanced game for Cam too. Like I think in Southern he relied a little bit too much on rushing, probably because he felt like he couldn't pass anyone. But this game is super balanced. Ran the offense well. Still had a pick, but like 4 TDs, 241 yards, 67 yards rushing. You can't argue with that line. You just can't.
Yeah.
And like we talked about Cam Brown's interception, and I didn't actually watch it, but not all interceptions are built the same. It was mentioned by World of Moon in our chat that was a
Chat
botch play. Right tackle had some problems, and the thing is, yeah, it's true. Like Finley had more interceptions than not, and I wouldn't have been mad if some of them were just like a problematic play by
50-50s.
somebody else, something 50-50, whatever. But like he was just like wildly inaccurate, throwing it like way up the field, and then the other team would come down with it because, of course, they did.
Well, so also, I mean, to play a little bit devil's advocate, I'm very well established team Cam Brown, no relation, but TJ did have to come in against Ole Miss and Memphis to start the season. Some of the stiffest competition, and then Vandy, the stiffest competition we've seen this season.
Yeah, but it happened. But it happened again and again and again. It didn't just there, right? Like we all knew there was like I think it was like the second game past all that where we were sort of just like, what? Why aren't we? What? Like we were giving you the benefit of the doubt on Finley, and then we were like, okay,
TJ,
all right, now what?
He did not play Ole Miss. Sorry, that was Bayer. Sorry,
That was Bayer.
Oh
We
yeah,
didn't
that's
get-
even worse.
We didn't even get TJ until it was the worst, best kept secret at Georgia State that TJ had been practicing with.
I mean, so like that actually brings up a good question too. Like, what the hell did Cam Brown look like in practice before that made Vayer the guy who we started beforehand? You know what I mean? Like all for like it seems like Vayer is like a really good off the field leader and all that stuff. So like I don't want to take any of that away from him, but like Cam Brown is like so much better consistently than even we've seen last year. So like was Cam not showing up to practice well? Or are we just like promising people things? And
There was a note
there-
on that.
there was some talk about.
In due time.
So the word issues was used by someone, and then that term was retracted. There's off the field something, and we've received some comments on our social medias from people as close to Cam as you can have, saying that bunch of hogwash, and that people are talking about what they don't know about. But I don't know.
No.
I don't.
I would just
Sorry,
drop it.
I'm stuttering right now. We
Just
have
drop it.
had. We've seen.
My thing is the Veyer thing
we've
though was a little weird. Is all I'm saying. How do you? I get like starting Finley and being like Finley can ball out. Like we do know that we've seen him do that at other
Yeah,
teams. But
against
like
us.
when he came here, it was right. He saved Auburn, right? If they didn't switch him in, we just would have won that game, regardless of that shitty play or not, the play call or not. Like
Yeah, they were done. They were toast.
Yeah. Without him, they lost that game. But like, you still are like, okay, so what led up to that, right? Like Cam was playing there, and yeah, Finley was watching, whatever. But like, and then so it was Cam versus Veyer, and Veyer won that battle. That's weird.
All right,
Yeah.
here's an interesting comment from Emmanuel. You think Cam Brown would get us to 10 wins with those previous rosters instead for Dan or Darren?
Instead of.
I think with
Maybe.
all due respect to Darren, I'm probably giving the nod to Cam on that. I think Dan, like you said, Ryan, Dan was a special kind of person, a special kind of player. I don't know. If you had me do my fantasy Georgia State quarterback draft, and I've got Darren or Cam to pick at this point, what I've seen so far, I'm probably picking Cam.
With those
I'm picking
teams,
Dan.
Cam versus Darren in those during those years. I've always thought Darren Granger was sort of a weird in between
Hybrid
quarterback. He did good enough. Like he actually did fill the role that he was supposed to fill very well, but like he was definitely like a placeholder for the years that he was here, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right, where like Dan really stands out as like one of the best quarterback. I mean, probably the best quarterback we've had here
he
at
was
Georgia State.
amazing.
So
I mean, the short time we've had, it's clearly Dan and Nick. Those are clearly the two best quarterbacks we've had, and it's sad to say that because they both only had one memorable year.
I know.
Yeah.
We only got
But
one
man,
out of them.
good God, just every now and again I go back and watch that touchdown run from Dan against Tennessee.
Yeah,
it's one of the most beautiful football plays I've ever seen. Like it's just it's going to go down in my memory as like one of the best acts of football I've ever watched. You know, I mean, it's crazy.
What's so great about part of what's so great about it too is if you can't look at Dan and like he knows he's got it. He knows how big of a moment this is, and he actually has the time to let it sink into him without dropping the ball early or spiking it or doing anything dumb with it. He embraces the moment and still just makes the amazing play. It's definitely one of the best college sports moments in my. That's right up there with the shot. I was
just about to say that. It is like the football highlight of the shot for, it's the same thing. And like, he was just like ice skating out on that field. It wasn't even like he was trying. He just made it look so seamless.
And I
will say he had people blocking for him in like perfect clutch moments too. Like the whole team just like worked in unison
to make that happen.
Beautiful. It was just beautiful. Yeah.
And now he's balling out with Illinois as a tight end coach, running back coach, coordinator. Illinois is having a phenomenal season, and I credit all due to Dan Ellington, in my opinion. Right, and then Nick Arbuckle is a Grey Cup champion in Canada. So, man, some talent has come out of here and has made some moves. We just got to get some more going on.
I mean, I think I will say, I hope this is the last week we hear about whatever Cam Brown drama there is. Just drop it. Like, there's no reason us to keep talking about it. I mean, because I think Coach alluded to the fact that Cam will let you know in due time. Like, he doesn't have to say anything. Just keep playing football. Don't care about whatever it is. He's the starting quarterback now. Glad y'all took 4 weeks to figure that out.
Your QB,
yeah, just say that too. Like, you don't have to add that extra note, Coach. Like, just
leave it.
He's our guy now.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're beating a dead horse at this
All right,
point.
the horse is dead. It's 52
actually,
minutes of.
all right.
that.
Oh, well, one thing. World of Moon. Ted Hurst, best wide receiver in our history. He may
He's up
go down.
there. Yeah.
He's up there. Albert Wilson, obviously.
Albert
Albert
but-
Wilson. I love that
Penny
guy.
Hart.
Yeah.
I like Penny Hart.
but I think Al and Will Lutz are those two guys that are really most notable for their NFL experience, more so than their Georgia State experience. I don't know. Al has the lone kick return against Alabama in that
So great to see.
that season.
That was
So
the best.
He was so much fun to watch.
I
Like
went to-
really,
I-
like that's
I went to the Falcons Dolphins. We can talk about this in the last call. I went to the Falcons Dolphins game with Danny, and of course he's wearing his Albert Wilson jersey. So he even rubbed it in. He's like, "I wish you had a jersey you could wear to this game." F you, Danny.
And then it got mentioned Robert Davis and Penny Hart too, and it's just like, man, Penny Hart
another
was,
great one. Penny
Robert
Hart.
Davis was like
Penny
this
Hart
like
was
prototypical wide receiver. He did really well. He's kind of like Ted Hurst, right? Like a really prototypical. Like, of course he's doing well. He's exactly the right height and exactly the right arm length and everything. Like, but man, Penny Hart came in too, and it was like so much fun to watch these guys come in and like rub it in all these other coaches' faces who did not recruit them and just be like, you know, I'm gonna ball out. I'm gonna go crazy over here at Georgia State. And yeah, we didn't win as many games as we'd like, but it wasn't his fault.
I got a Penny Hart comment for last call. I can share. If you guys remind me to ask. All right. So move on a little bit. I already made a comment about us having Kennesaw State next year. I'm scared to death of that game. But a new announcement that came out, I think, between last week and this week was we now are playing at UCF next year.
Yes.
The week
we talked about that, right?
Did we talk about that last week? I can't remember.
We did.
Okay.
David, we're gonna go to Disney. We're gonna go to drink around the world.
Right. That's all right. Cool. Then we can
doing
skip. The only thing I'll say is I have heard about a home and home with an American League team that would be our second out of conference home game next season. Not sure if I can say who it is because it's not announced yet, but an American team, and it's a home and a home. We'd go back up there.
I don't even think you told me, jerk.
I know what it is, but I won't say it.
You were in the same chat, Brian. All right. Okay.
I don't pay attention to all my chats.
Whoa. Slow down. Ryan does not pay attention to chats.
He does not.
Number one.
I sent him a fantastic Instagram post today all about him, and he hasn't replied to me about it at all yet. So
No. I haven't responded to you because you were the fourth person, and I think you know that.
remember that moment when I said I'm talking to people about you, not to you? That's what I was doing.
You know what you should do? You should play that in last call just because it's hilarious.
If I can figure out how to do it, I'll.
There are so many, Ryan. So many.
I'm like, oh, my groomsmen are talking to each other.
F you, Ryan. All right. All right. We've gone on for a minute. Let's run through this quick.
What else?
Basketball is officially starting this week, but I actually want to get to a point that Tim kind of exposed a couple weeks ago. Baseball stadium stuff.
We have that thing.
We have official, unofficial, official notice of the baseball stadium actually getting constructed soon. Tim, you want to talk about it? Or
yeah, sure. Some article came out and some, I guess, publication that you pay to have articles written for you, I think, is what I've been told. I didn't know all that, but that was good to know. So randomly, when we were looking at that fun map at Georgia State, and I accidentally clicked on some place marker, then clicked on another tab and started looking at pictures, that same rendering came up on this official paid for report.
That frontal view of
the frontal view of it,
the full frontal view,
full frontal
of the
definitely
naked. Yeah.
Look, that's great if that's it. I'm happy because everyone told us it's going to be a million times worse, and that's not.
Yeah, I was expecting bleachers and chain link fences, and while I still expect there to be some chain link fences, we have a brick structure. It appears.
Mm-hmm.
But it did still say breaking ground soon. No dates. No dates at all.
Dates are overrated. When I work with my customers and they ask me when we'll deploy something, I just say soon. And they seem fine with it.
Yeah.
It's a new thing.
Yeah. So it was cool. There was something else in there. The budget was listed at $15.85 million. And I want to say that the last we'd heard was like $5 or $6 million. So we're talking about, 2 to 3 times more money being paid on this. So that's nice. Funded by the PAC which I thought was interesting because when I was on the board for the pack, that was all about paying for student stuff, and now they're paying for baseball stadiums with this new
Well,
age.
they have to get rid of you to pay for the baseball stadium.
They didn't give me any money for anything. I mean,
I'm just kidding.
Matt gave me some beer sometimes. That ran dry a long time ago. Brom made a comment that
Is he excited again?
I've got no idea any truth to this. The quote they used, Strom said that we have a top 25 recruiting class in baseball.
Really?
It's in the article.
All right.
It's in the article. Strom is quoted as saying it. So
Cool.
I still
Well,
really
it depends on who's doing the ratings,
Yeah,
But
well,
if Strom's doing the ratings, he's got the top recruiting class in the country.
Is it top 25 out of the Sun Belt, even though there's only 14 teams?
Baseball's weird, man, because it's like, the best players all just go straight to MLB. And, because there's no like requirement to
Right.
go to college like there is in basketball and football. In basketball, there's even only just 1 year. So it's like, I don't know, you get these weird things where it's like, there's a lot of really good hitters, but you got to find some pitchers.
You think that rule is out there because the lifespan of so many pitchers is so shallow that they don't want to waste 2, 3, 4 years of a pitcher in
I think
college?
it's just what they've agreed to over the years and what they,
Just- or-
I think it's kind of weird they require college in the other two. It's like, why would you limit yourselves? It's tradition. I feel like it's tradition at
True.
this point.
Well, no, because it's kind of gone back and forth with NBA because they had no requirement, then they had like a 2-year requirement, and jumped into a 1-year requirement. Like, it's been bouncing around. I do think, depending on what the sport and how you're playing and what the longevity of playing the sport is, and the acclimation to the higher levels of playing the sport, it does make sense to grab a guy when he's 2 or 3 years older than coming straight out of high school. Basketball seems to be a type of sport where you can compete at the highest level pretty quickly, but then man, you start throwing hundreds of millions at an 18-year-old. What would you have done with as an 18-year-old with $100 million? Like, man, I probably wouldn't have $100 million
Nothing good.
now. Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, I'll tell you what. What it was is drugs. Drugs is what I would have done.
drugs and women. What was I talking
The
about?
best
wings.
drugs. The
Come on.
best drugs.
I think I had this conversation with someone at your wedding.
Was
Yeah.
it me?
Yeah, he was a relatively tall ginger guy that seemed to be very happy with this chicken white dress hanging on him all over the place. So
Yeah, he was like, I want to do drugs.
but the funniest thing about that article, Tim, to me, was the very last paragraph. The very last statement in there was actually a quote by Charlie Cobb.
Ooh, what does it say? Tell us all.
Oh God, it was just like, this is great, for the neighborhood, Summerhill. It was a garbage. It was just a throwaway statement.
It is definitely great for the neighborhood.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is.
I can't wait. Honestly, guys, I will buy season tickets if they sell them. It's a donation, and hey, we can all go to a game.
I hate that you have to add the if they sell them, because it's like, I don't even know if if they're going to run the program well enough to even bother with that.
But here's the thing.
They hinted at it.
Think they will definitely sell. It's very, very common in the Sun Belt to sell season tickets to baseball, and we've seen how many parents come out. They'll make hundreds of dollars. But I honestly really just want to set up a tailgate up in the blue lot across that huge wall and just stand there and watch, drinking my beer that I brought. And we can make some smash burgers or bring some barbecue, or we can do whatever the hell we want to do. And just have a huge, like, that could be kind of a cool thing of this huge party in the blue lot where I used to tailgate for Braves games. That'd be awesome.
Big Mac some memories.
I don't care if 10 people will buy season tickets.
I'll buy them.
Make them available because those 10 people are your most diehard baseball fans. Take care of them, whatever. Give them a little discount to buy those 10 and then sell the rest ad hoc, whatever. Like, you're not making money off of it at this point. But like, go give them a little discount to buy every single game. You know what I mean? Like, cool, do it, whatever. It's easy to me.
I wanted to say this earlier, and I've said it before, but I really hope that we market this as like how nice it is to have baseball back in downtown Atlanta, where it belongs. Like, baseball in downtown Atlanta, where it belongs.
I mean, I really hope we market it.
Well, There's that.
You can just stop the statement
Well,
there.
hey, we paid to have an article in a website I've never heard of in my entire life.
Me
No,
neither. But
the Supporta report
yes,
is a very prominent Atlanta Business Chronicle thing. Like, I'll tell you, when I was running for office, it was always nice to have them like report and stuff like that. And they were always really good about reporting everything. They don't really care if you're a small time program or a small time candidate or whatever. They're like really fair. So I think a lot of people really trust them, and I like that is an avenue that we're going. It's a good one.
Has anybody counted how many bourbons this is for me? Is this my 4th or is this my 5th bourbon?
Are they all bourbon? Is that
Yeah. I got a Bib and Tucker small batch double char bourbon. It's delicious. So I'm going to be late to class in the morning. I can tell you that much. So
I still have so much booze in my basement.
I did my best, Ryan. I really tried my hardest.
I know. I didn't keep them cold enough for you.
But then, but then you had liquor, so
Yeah, no. That's what I loved was both of us. The one common thing in both of our vows was gin and juice. And
I saw that. I heard that.
Yeah. And it's so funny because I went to get a gin and juice a little later in the day, and people were like, we had to go find more orange juice for the gin and juice because apparently a bunch of people just went and ordered gin and juice after hearing our vows, which was really it made me cry. That made me cry a little bit, you know. Like,
Hey,
oh.
Ryan, and I will tell you this: you are older than your siblings. They have no clue what the Snoop Dogg song "Gin and Juice" is. So
That's weird. That's a classic. That's an American classic. That's gonna go down in history. Yeah, it's weird.
You're failing there. All right, cool. We've gone an hour. We haven't talked about basketball starting up next week, officially starting up, real games next week. Let's do that in last call. There's not a lot to say, but we'll talk about there. We can talk more about the wedding. We can talk more about. We have a lot of comments we can go through here as well. Ryan, Tim, I see you guys replying. I love that. That's awesome. So, unless you guys disagree, Tim,
Sounds good.
take us out of here. And he's muted.
Tim, you
how long
You're
have
still
I been
muted,
muted?
Tim.
I don't know.
Oh
Are
my
you blaming
God.
David? Like he muted you?
Mute
He
you?
might have. I don't know.
Did have the ability to mute people. I don't have the ability to unmute people. But if I did, it was literally just a mouse scroll thing. And also, this is kind of funny. The new software we use for publishing this, they have a remove like conversations that don't apply. And I'm really curious whether or not this pops up. It says like, this is fluff. This doesn't apply to that. Because there's some things we talk about. It says it doesn't apply. So.
That's funny. I just thought you were just talking over me. And I was like, I'm just on mute talking.
Every week when I'm publishing it and it says there's no fluff, everything was on context, I'm like, yes, we crushed it this week. Sweet. So
You're like, there was so much fluff.
All right,
like,
let's move along. Ready? Thanks everyone for listening. We're going to take a quick break because I'm out of a beverage. David has a beverage. We're not sure about Ryan right now.
I gotta pee so bad.
Ryan has to pee, so we're going to head over to last call. If you like what you heard or you didn't, doesn't matter. Join our Patreon anyway at patreon.com/Dave Atlanta. Also mentioned during Ryan's wedding. You'll get live streaming access to last call, discounts on merch, group chat action, which is very lively, although today was dead for some weird reason. I guess because it's, Tuesday and we're all hungover from Thursday and Sunday. Adult beverages at our tailgates and more. Become a fan of the show for $5 a month. We'd love to have you aboard. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys. Sorry, I was drinking.
right timing. Peace.